Well, hello, this is Rosa, rcgkreations. How are you doing? I'm still sounding sore and hoarse, but at least I can talk now. A little bit, not a whole lot. Today we're going to bring you, I apologize for any coughing, with my sickness and not having no energy whatsoever. My potatoes, 10-pound bag. We've used a few of them, but every one of these have gotten eyes on them. I have actually planted 4 of these in my garden, along with some potato slips that I ordered from my gardener. So we'll see how they turn out. But anyway, we're going to take all of these. I'm going to peel them all. I'm going to dice them, but I'm going to do 2 different styles of dicing, maybe 3. Depends on how much I have and how much energy I have. And then we're going to freeze them for future use. So this is going to be a quickie little video of how to turn this into this. Bring it right back. All I'm going to do is peel them. You don't need to watch me doing that. It's just regular peeling. We'll bring you back to that next phase, okay? Okay, we're back for another session here. For those, because my channel is made mostly for me, for my future reference, since I'm brand new to gardening and cooking from scratch. I'm baking from scratch. So what I wanted to show you on this part here is I almost peeled up all the potatoes. Put that over there. And then I'm just going to, you'll see this green bowl. And here's another bowl full of water. I don't pick it up because it's getting pretty full. I overfilled it. And here's my little pile. Yeah, you can see that. A little pile of the peeled potatoes. But what I wanted to show you, because this channel is also made for newbies. And the reason one of the reasons I created my channel was I want to know step by step of how to do something. Because one of the points of why I watch YouTube videos is, how do I do that? How do I make that? But so many the creators don't just skip a bunch of steps, and it's like, well, how did you get from there to there? So here's your potato. Here's my little eyes on it. Just grab your finger, pull it off. All you're doing is pinching and twisting. Pinch and twist. That's all you're doing. Now you can, if you want to, if you have a lot of muscle strength, you can just continue to peel. Here's my little potato peeler. This is from Pampered Chef. I love it. And I love it also because it has a white plastic cover. So it's in my drawer. It doesn't get all beat up, and it doesn't mess my blades up and dull the blades. You can go ahead and, so here I am. I'm just taking the potato. Now be careful, because wherever it flies is where it flies. Okay, and you can, I'm going to show you on the eye, and pull it, but then it does go flying all over the place, and you'll have pieces of potato skin all over the place. So I personally, this is just me, Rosa, I prefer to just pinch the eyes off. Okay, so let's get this little bitty baby one, and we're just going to peel. All we're going to do is, if you're right or left-handed, whichever one it is that you are, and just start slicing the slicer, the potato peeler. There's here's your pleater, here's your handle, and this is movable. All potato peelers, these are movable. And this inside here in the center is the blades. Okay, so and you're not in a race, don't be in a hurry, and if you're good and coordinated very well, you can actually peel potatoes with a knife, but I tend to take more potato off than the skin, so I prefer to use a potato peeler. So here's your left. Now you want to drop it in a bowl of water, just room temperature out of the faucet water. That's all you need, and you let it soak. And the reason you want to do that is when this is exposed, but the raw potato, this is a raw potato with no skin. When that is exposed to the air, it oxidizes and it turns black. It's not going to hurt you. It's not poisonous or anything. It just doesn't look good. It's not very taste appealing when you're eating a black potato. So that is that phase there. So I'm going to go ahead and finish this up. And then what I'm going to do is take these potatoes to my sink. I'm going to rinse them. I'm not going to show you all that because that's fairly easy. But post in the comments if you want a step by step by step, and I'll be happy to do that. I'll do that as another quickie little video. And rinse these off. Put them back in the bowl with some fresh, clean water. Bring both of these bowls back to my cutting table here. And I'm going to start slicing and dicing. I'm going to be using my little, I have a little chopper. And it has 4 different blades, 4 different cuts. And I'm going to do that because, again, like I said in the beginning of the video, excuse me, I'm sorry for my coughing. I hope to be able to make 2 to 3 different cuts of potatoes, like hash browns. I'm not going to do the shredded because I'm not going to get my shredder out. I'm just going to have everything in the chopper, okay? But I'm going to get the little bitty small pieces, and they're different sizes. You'll see that when I get to that phase of the video showing my chopper. But if you don't have that, you can, of course, just use your knife and cut whatever sizes, however you want to do it. You can even make julienne. You can make them thin wedges, like for au gratin potatoes, that type of thing. But in fact, I think I'm running low on my au gratin potatoes, so I may do some of those, and then I'll just get my mandolin slicer for that. I don't know yet what I'm going to do. I have to go look in my canning room to see how many au gratin potatoes, if I'm running low on those, because those you have to dehydrate. Because now you can keep them frozen, but I prefer to dehydrate them. It's so much easier to rehydrate and cook afterwards. And it's also saves space in my freezer, because here in Texas, where we're in Houston, Texas, we lose power quite regularly all year long, and that's just something I have to mess with. So whatever I can dehydrate, I put in the dehydrator, because it's just as easy. It's just one extra step, but for me, it's not that big of a deal, because it's just me and hubby, and we're just going to be doing a small batch. So anyway, let's get back to the next phase. I'm going to finish cutting this up, and we'll bring it back to that next part, which will be all the chopping. Okay, we're back to the next phase. My little chopper is the big one. Oh, let me turn you over just a tad. I don't need to be in the video because the whole point is this part right here. Here's the lid. It just connects on there. That locks it. And it's got, I forgot to show you, but it's got, I'm not going to do it because it's got water in here. There's little black rubber feet in the bottom, so it makes it nice and sturdy. Comes with these little blades, and the fact that it has a protector, and it even shows you how to load it and unload it. But we'll do some with this blade. And there's a picture right here. I'll bring that in a little bit. In fact, I'll take a picture of it and I'll show you that part. I'll do it as a pop-up. Okay, so there's that. Now these little bit of potatoes, you don't have to worry about slicing them. That's why I still have my knife and my cutting board. So in case I need to slice something because it's too big for my chopper, I can do that. So this one is right here. There's a little baby. And there you go, and it drops into the bowl of cold water. You see that? Well, they dropped in there. So I'm going to continue to do some chopping. And while I do that, I'm going to show you, this is the other blade that comes with it. See that? See the blades? All these are the same little size squares. I like to keep it in. I had this thing for over 22 years. I keep it in the same bag that it originally came in, just to protect everything, and also when I'm grabbing things as I'm going. It's a good safety feature. Some of these I have bags, and some of them didn't come with bags in them. And then look at this one. It's got 2 different sizes of, let me get my little background. See the different sizes of the top part has the little tiny little squares, and the bottom part has the little tiny long, thin square cuts. You see that? There you go. That's a better view there without the glare. Okay. And you can use the whole thing. I typically make them all the same cut, so this will be 2 different cuts. And it even shows you if you're putting it in the wrong way. It only lets you slide it in one way. This part is kind of sharp. Not sharp because it's just sharp because it's metal, okay? But it's not sharp with the blade. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and chop these up, and I'll bring you back, and I'll show you the little piles of each one so you can see those, okay? We'll bring you back to that next phase. Okay, we are back. The next phase to freezing potatoes is you have to blanch them so they don't turn black. So I got 4 pots of water because I got 5 different style cuts. This, if you angle the potato long ways, you get to make the long French fries. So I'm going to put those in my small pot, and make sure your water's boiling, but be very careful because hot water will hurt you. So I'm being very gentle. You only want to blanch these, which means you just put them in a pot of boiling water for about 2 to 3 minutes, and then you take them out and you put them in a colander, a strainer, or whatever it is that you want to call it, and put it under some cold water. I'm okay with the 3-second rule. Not only that, I just mopped and swept last night, so I know my floor is clean. So I'm just rinsed this underwater, the one I dropped. And this one's ready. And I'm just doing an eyeball test on my timer. Because once you put something in boiling water, it cools down the water, so it's going to come back up to a boil. And I keep everything in a pot of water. Now I'm going to drain it. And then I'm going to put that same type of potato. And this is my other cut, because depending on if you want to do it long wise, the potato, or you can do it flat, determines the type of cut you have with the blades that you have. So these are just going to be a different type of cut, just because I can. No other reason. And I'm a chicken when it comes to hot stuff, so I don't mind taking extra time. Okay, that one's done. This water's about done, and I think this will hold that one. Let me just stir that a bit. Your 2 to 3 minute timer comes when it comes back to a rapid boil. I drained this other batch, and I'll show you in just a second which batch this is. This batch, I just angled the potatoes a little bit different. So these are more like little mini French fries. And it's kind of fun to experiment with your chopper. So experiment with your choppers and get different cuts, especially for those who have little ones at home. And you get a variety so they get to have fun while they're eating. Do this with all your vegetables. It doesn't just have to be potatoes. This is at a rapid boil. So 3 minutes for that one. And then we can take them out and put them in an ice bath. I'm going to turn off the camera. Let's stir that up a bit. I've got 2 more minutes. A rapid boil for that one. That's not even boiling yet. I'm going to go ahead and turn off the camera because all I'm going to do is put ice in my bucket for the ice water. Okay, so we'll bring you back in a minute. Okay, my first pot's ready. Turn off the burner. Put it in my hot bath, but I don't want to melt all my ice. Quickly put cold water. If you're looking at the sprayer, great. It's not no big deal. Cool that down. And then dump it in your ice bucket. Okay, my other one's just about ready. The heat of the potato is going to melt that ice. What you want to do is you want to stop the cooking process of the potato because you don't want to boil them. You just want to parboil them, which is what's called blanching. All I'm doing is stirring with my clean hand the potatoes in the ice. And of course, as I go along, or if you have more potatoes, the ice will turn into water. Then you lay them on a cookie sheet with parchment for easy cleanup. Make sure they don't touch. And you can feel that they're cool, they're no longer hot. Then you know that they're ready. Take it easy though, because you don't want to do like I did. I broke that one. See how I broke it? You don't want to do that. So be easy with your potatoes. Don't manhandle them like I was just doing. And I broke that one totally in pieces. But that's okay. I'm still good to go. They're still going to be good. And now I'm going to flash freeze these. Put this in my freezer for anywhere from 2 to 4 hours. And then I'm going to put them in a freezer bag. Label the bag. Date it. And we're good to go. And I still have plenty of ice from my next batch, which should be just in a minute now. So if you can, go ahead and get your cookie sheets while your potatoes are boiling. Get them ready. Just make sure they don't touch, because then they'll stick. As they freeze, they'll stick. Just to separate them. And that batch is ready. Get this other cookie sheet over here ready for the next one. Let me just double check them. Oh, there's a potato. Oh, here's another one. Okay, we're good with that one. Okay, yeah, definitely overtime on that one. Of course, the smaller potatoes don't take near as long as the bigger ones, because that's just the way it is. And then cold water, rinse them off. And this is my little small batch on this one. I love this. This is a collapsible colander. Pampered Chef. Same thing. I'm just moving the ice, rotating the ice over the potatoes so they will cool down and stop the cooking process. It's actually 3 o'clock in the morning. Ever since I've been sick, I wake up, now that I'm starting to feel better, at 3 o'clock every morning. Going on a week and a half, and it's like, then I got to get up at 7 to get ready for go to work. I start getting sleepy around 5:30. So it is what it is. So now we'll get this, and that other batch is close to boiling. Actually, that belongs to this French fry one. I'll just put them on the cookie sheet. And because I made 4 to 5 different cuts, it's why I have so much of this stuff here. But you could do all at one, just one batch, so you don't have to separate it, and that would save you a lot of time. But because I wanted to hurry up and get those potatoes out and cooked, done something with them before they went soft on me, then they would not be edible. I didn't want to waste my money. So I'm doing a little extra work now, but that's okay. But I am starting to get tired. I'm starting to get sleepy again. And I'm just going to be laying these on. And I think this batch will be enough for this size cookie sheet, because I got to be careful because I only have, oops, that was a piece of ice. I only have limited space in my freezers, so I can't use my great big long big cookie sheets because they won't fit, because it has to lay flat, otherwise the whole pan fall and then they all clump up together and it's a big mess. You can take it apart, yeah, because it's just like chopping ice, but I don't want to do that because you can also damage your food when you do that. So just make sure that they're separate and not touching. And my fingers are starting to get frozen from the ice. But none of these potatoes are warm anymore. They're all cold. So if you're in a rush, just stick them all in there and then later go back and separate them. And then your fingers don't get so ice cold. Just like I'm doing there. Okay, I can hear that water boiling now. It's almost kind of hard to tell which is a potato and which is ice. That's ice. Those fingers, that hand's cold. And just move around the ice. I mean, you could do ice water. I prefer this method only because I've got so many small little pieces. And then grab the ice from the bottom. Excuse me, grab your potato that's in the bottom. See some more potatoes. You just want to separate it just before you put them in the freezer. You try to get as much ice out of there as possible. But because the other one's about ready, you need to hurry up and get this batch of potatoes out of here. Just saw that one. Okay. I'll separate those in a minute. Okay, so there's that potato. Turn the burner off. Sorry you're seeing my back. Oh, you may not be seeing my back. I don't know. I won't know until I see the video when I get ready to edit. Careful, because that's hot. If I should have remembered, I should have just put that boiling water in that other pot and keep the process up. But that's okay, because I'm doing so many batches. I got other things to do. I'm doing this point of it. Now I'm going to add just a little bit of water, because this is a bigger batch of potatoes. Grab all those potatoes out of your colander. For the main reason is you don't want to compete on a saw cut. Now I'm just swirling this around in the ice water. Yeah, you can see me. You can see me. And then that's it. We'll do the rest of this, and then we'll stick them in the freezer, and we'll bring it back when after I've bagged them, and you'll see how I got 1, 2, 3, 2, 3, 4. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Because I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I got 5 different types of cuts that we're going to flash freeze potatoes. So we're done for the rest of the year on making frozen potatoes. We'll bring you back. Okay, we are back. And here is one tray And these are those little bitty. Okay, I'm trying to get my vacuum sealer out of there. I just literally got it out of the freezer. Everything's still frozen. Okay, there we go. Let's see how the little pieces are. So I went ahead and pre-measured the sizes that we want for just because it's just going to be me and hubby. And you know what? I'm going to make it easy for myself. I'm getting my spatula. Because taking food off the parchment paper that's frozen, because you can see how the ice, the frozen tray. And if you want to, you can crumble a couple of them up. Or just wait when it thaws out, because when it thaws out, it just falls apart, so it doesn't really matter. It's totally up to you. So you can leave them all in pieces clumped up like that together, or break them up, however you want to do it. So I'm just slowly going to take these off, portion them in my bag, then I'm going to seal it, and I'll bring you back when all of these are done. Okay? Bring you back. Okay, I wanted to show you, if you give this, let it out here for a few minutes, maybe 2-3 minutes, it starts to thaw out. And then with the parchment paper, which is one of the reasons why it's good, is you pull it up and it pulls up, and then you can just break it. And see how they all break apart? And then again, like I said, you can put these all in chunks together, or you can separate it, but it doesn't really matter. Because you're going to thaw them out before you get ready to use them. You can cook with them, you can fry with them, you can bake with them, put them in stews, put them in soups. It's just another form of potato. That's all it is. Okay? We'll bring you back when we're all done. Okay, we are back. We are totally done. This is my food saver vacuum sealer. This is the model that I have. This little thing broke. This is the part that does the jars, but it broke, so I ended up having to buy one of those individual ones. I'll put a link of that one. I got it like 4 or 5 years ago because this broke years ago. And anyway, so just move that out of the way. I ended up with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 pouches, which technically would be 11 meals for me and hubby. Okay? So let's move you just a tad over. Now I wanted to show you. This one is the French fries. See that? And I just, of course, always make sure you date and label the product, because you never know. These are just some diced ones to put in anything, whatever I'm doing. It doesn't really matter. Soup, stews, whatever. Main course, side dish. I got 1, 2, 3, 4 of those. And then I got, this is the perfect size. Look at that. These are the perfect size of diced big chunks. Okay. For putting in soups and stews. Okay. So that's a great, I got 2 bags of those. See how I lined it up to make it go a little bit flatter so this is not so bulky. You see that, how that's bulky, and this one's not as bulky as this one. Okay. But again, you do what's best for you. It just happened to work out for me. I didn't do it. I was lining them all up this way. This one worked out great. This one didn't because I only had like 4 left, and I wasn't going to use another bag for just 4, so I just crammed them in there. It worked. Now remember, when you're doing your vacuum stuff, you've got to give yourself a good 2.5, 3-inch space between the food and the seal, because it has to have room to go in there through the machine, or whatever machine that you're using, okay? And then these are those little diced from that little mini shredder on that machine, on that chopper that I've got. These are those little diced ones. I got 1, 2, 3, 4. This one is for 1 person. And a lot of times hubby and I, because I go out of town a lot, so this is enough for me, for myself, or for him, for himself. And then this will be enough for both of us. And this will be enough for both of us, plus lunch for the next day. So you can that's the whole thing about doing all this prepping. Okay, let me turn you over just a little bit. Number 1, It did take me, oh, you know what, let me move you up just a tad because I'm a little down there. Okay, let's see if that'll work. Okay, that's better. Number one, it took me I counted it 4 hours to peel, chop, rinse, boil, blanch, put in the wet ice bath, put them on my cookie sheets with my parchment paper, stick them in the freezer. They froze overnight, so it doesn't really matter. Or you could do 2 hours is really all you need. I've done it with 1 hour, but it doesn't work as well. They don't get as frozen solid within 1 hour as they do with 2 hours. So again, it's you decide which way you want to do it. And if you're new to this, practice and see what works best for you. I just know 2 hours is my minimum. And to me that works. But you know what? When it's late, because I work full time, I can only do my stuff either at night or on the weekends when I'm home. And I had some time, and I know I needed to get rid of those potatoes because you saw at the very beginning, every single potato had eyes growing all of it. Okay, so and they were still firm. They weren't soft yet, but they were getting there. So this is one way to save your money, preserve your food, and make individual packets. So this way, when you want to go cook, you don't have to go get your raw potato. You don't have to go and peel it. You don't have to rinse it. You don't have to dice it. It's already done. And it's because these are blanched, they're already par cooked, okay? Because they blanch in boiling water for 1 to 2 minutes. So technically, if I wanted to, I could put this whole entire bag, okay? Make sure you look at your vacuum seal bags because not all vacuum seal bags work the same. I put a link, an affiliate link to Out of Air vacuum bags. I really like them. And those bags, you can actually put in boiling water and steam. Just cut a little slit right here in the corner somewhere. It's just a tiny little slit. You want the steam to release a little bit, okay? And you put it in there and you're steaming your vegetables. So now you've got a homemade bag of steamed vegetables. So if you don't want to fry or boil, because boiling does take, I'm so sorry about this cough. I'm still not over it. Boiling does take some of the nutrients out, okay? But it is what it is because that's all we have to work with. So if you want to do that, you can do that. This is great to do all kinds of vegetables. Blanch, redo your research. Some vegetables require to be blanched prior to freezing and prior to dehydrating. Some don't. So do your own research. Find out what does and what doesn't have to be done. And take care of it. So I've got all these meals ready. That's going to save me a good 25, I would say 20 to 25 minutes in prep time in slicing, dicing, peeling this potato to have as a side dish or as a main course. And because these are little shoestring ones, these are perfect size right here to go with breakfast. Make them hash brown. Make into some home fries, you know. Put a little bit of oil in your pan. First of all, take these out the night before so they thaw out. Leave them in your fridge. The next morning or whenever you're ready to do it, make sure they're thaw. Put a little bit of oil in your frying pan. A little seasoning, just whatever seasoning you want to do, at least for sure salt and pepper. And then turn your heat on. Put your potatoes on top. Get one even layer of potatoes. Don't touch it. Don't move it. Don't stir it. Okay? Wait about 3 to 4 minutes, depending on how hot your oil is, okay? And then flip them over, and you cook the other side. And you're going to have crispy potato, French home fries on the outside. And the inside, they're going to be nice and soft and moist. It works every time. Just got to remember, don't continue to stir, stir, and stir. Put them on there. Make them one level spot. Make them as level as you can, as whatever your pot can hold with the fries you got. And make it level, and then just let them sit. Don't touch it. Let them sit for 2 to 3 minutes. Okay? And then those sides are golden brown. Then you want to flip it. You'll be able to see. You'll see when they're turning to golden brown. And then when you flip it, again, don't make it level again. And then don't touch it. Don't stir it. Don't do nothing. Okay? And because you put your seasoning in with your oil, you don't have to season again because that's enough, because there's enough seasoning in there to take care of that whole batch. So So anyway, this is my take on preserving 10-pound, practically 10 pounds, because we only use 3 potatoes. So I say close enough to take, because some of these potatoes, as you saw, they were little, okay? And this is one way of preserving your food for in the future and giving yourself a time-saving meal plan. Thanks so much for watching. We'll catch you in the next video. Take care. Bye-bye.